Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday English. I'm Jessica, and today we're talking about an emotion that everyone experiences, but not everyone wants to admit.
Hey there, I'm Jack. And yes, today's topic is jealousy and how to talk about it in natural English.
Jealousy is such a universal human emotion, but it can be really uncomfortable to discuss. And as an English learner, you might not know the right words to express these complex feelings.
Exactly. Jealousy comes in many forms: romantic jealousy, professional jealousy, friend jealousy, even jealousy about possessions or achievements. Each situation requires different vocabulary.
Right, and it's important to understand that there's a difference between jealousy and envy, even though people often confuse them or use them interchangeably.
So today, we're going to teach you how to express jealous feelings, how to distinguish between jealousy and envy, how to talk about what triggers these emotions, and how to discuss them in a healthy way.
We'll also cover phrases for admitting jealousy, recognizing when others might be jealous, and addressing jealousy in relationships and friendships.
And of course, we'll practice with real conversations so you can hear these expressions in context and understand the nuances.
Perfect. So everyone, let's dive into this sometimes uncomfortable but very real emotion, jealousy.
All right, Jack, let's start with the basics. What's the simplest way to say you're feeling jealous?
The most direct way is I'm jealous or I feel jealous.
I'm jealous is the straightforward way to express this emotion. It can be used in romantic contexts, like I'm jealous when you talk to your ex, or non-romantic, I'm jealous of her success. The tone and context determine whether this sounds like a confession, a joke, or a serious admission.
Right, and you can specify what or who you're jealous of. I'm jealous of her new car, or I'm jealous of their relationship.
You might also say, I'm feeling jealous, which sounds slightly less intense. It acknowledges the emotion without completely owning it.
Good point. Now let's talk about the difference between jealousy and envy, because people often mix these up.
Yes, this is important. Envy is when you want something that someone else has. Jealousy is when you're afraid of losing something you already have. Teaching note: envy equals wanting what someone else has. They have something, you want it. Jealousy equals fear of losing what you have to a rival. Example, envying your friend's job versus being jealous because your partner is talking to someone attractive. In casual speech, people often say jealous when they technically mean envious, and that's totally acceptable in casual English.
But it's good to know the technical difference. Now let's talk about different types of jealousy. The most talked about is romantic jealousy.
Right. This is jealousy in romantic relationships. You might say, I get jealous when my boyfriend talks to other women, or she's the jealous type. Teaching note: the jealous type describes someone who tends to experience jealousy easily in relationships. Can be said self-deprecatingly, like, I'm the jealous type, or as an observation, he's the jealous type. Suggests this is a personality trait or pattern.
The jealous type describes someone who tends to feel jealous easily in relationships. You might also say, I struggle with jealousy in relationships, or jealousy is an issue for me.
These phrases acknowledge that jealousy is a challenge you face. They're more vulnerable and honest.
Another common situation is professional jealousy or career jealousy. You might say, I'm jealous of her career success, or there's a lot of professional jealousy in our office.
Right. When a coworker gets promoted and you feel jealous, you might say, I'm envious of his promotion, or even, I'm a bit jealous that he got the role.
You could also say, I feel envious when I see people succeeding in my field.
Now there's also friendship jealousy. This happens when you feel threatened by your friend's other friendships.
Yes, you might feel jealous if your best friend becomes close with someone else. You could say, I feel jealous when she spends more time with her new friend than with me.
Or, I'm jealous of their friendship, or I feel left out and jealous.
This type of jealousy can be hard to admit because we don't like to seem possessive of our friends.
Exactly. Now let's talk about phrases for expressing envy, wanting something that someone else has.
A very common casual way is, I'm so jealous, even though it technically means envy in this context.
Right. You're going to Hawaii? I'm so jealous. This is lighthearted and common.
You can also say, I'm envious of your, For example, I'm envious of your talent, or I'm envious of your lifestyle.
You can also express envy casually by saying, I wish I had what you have. This clearly expresses envy.
Or I wish I could, I wish I could travel like you do, or I wish I could afford that.
There's also, I envy you, which is direct. I envy you for having such a supportive family.
A more colloquial way is I'm green with envy.
Green with envy is an idiom meaning very envious. The color green has long been associated with envy in English, hence the green-eyed monster for jealousy. Somewhat playful, but can be used seriously. Common in both British and American English.
Green with envy. This is a colorful idiom. Green is the color associated with envy and jealousy in English.
When I saw her new house, I was green with envy.
There's also the phrase, the green-eyed monster, which refers to jealousy itself.
Yes, this comes from Shakespeare, the green-eyed monster of jealousy, or just the green-eyed monster.
You might say, I'm trying not to let the green-eyed monster take over, or don't let the green-eyed monster ruin your friendship.
Now let's talk about phrases when jealousy is more intense or problematic.
Right. You might say, I'm consumed by jealousy, which means jealousy is taking over your thoughts and feelings.
Teaching note, consumed means completely overtaken or dominated by something. When jealousy consumes you, it's all you can think about. It's controlling your emotions and possibly your behavior. Shows jealousy has become a serious problem.
Consumed means it's eating you up, taking over. I'm consumed by jealousy over my partner's friendship with their ex.
You could also say, I'm being eaten up by jealousy, or jealousy is consuming me.
These phrases show that jealousy has become overwhelming and unhealthy.
Another phrase is, I can't help feeling jealous. This acknowledges that the feeling is somewhat involuntary.
Right. I know it's irrational, but I can't help feeling jealous when she mentions her ex.
Or, I try not to be jealous, but I can't help it.
Now let's talk about what triggers jealousy. You might say, it makes me jealous when...
It makes me jealous when you compliment other people, or it makes me jealous when I see couples traveling together.
You can also say, I get jealous when, I get jealous when my friends hang out without me.
Or talk about your jealousy triggers, things that specifically set off jealous feelings. Teaching note, a trigger in emotional contexts is something that sets off or activates a particular emotion or reaction. Jealousy triggers are specific situations, actions, or circumstances that cause you to feel jealous. Very common in discussions about managing emotions.
Social media is a big jealousy trigger for me, or seeing couples is a trigger for my envy.
You can also say, that triggers my jealousy, or certain situations trigger my jealous feelings.
Now let's talk about admitting jealousy in a relationship. This requires vulnerability and honesty.
Right. You might say, I need to be honest. I feel jealous when you spend time with her.
Or, can I admit something? I'm feeling jealous about this situation.
These phrases show you're being vulnerable and opening up about difficult feelings.
You could also say, I know this might sound irrational, but I'm feeling jealous.
This acknowledges that you recognize the feeling might not be logical, but you're being honest about it anyway.
Another approach is, I'm struggling with jealousy right now. Can we talk about it?
This asks for support and conversation, not just declaring the emotion.
Now, what about when you need to address someone else's jealousy? How do you bring it up?
You might say, you seem jealous. Is everything okay? This is gentle and opens the conversation.
Or, I feel like you're jealous of this situation. Can we talk about it?
You could also say, are you feeling insecure about something? Because jealousy often stems from insecurity.
Right. Or, I sense some jealousy here. What's really bothering you?
These phrases show concern while addressing the issue directly.
Now let's talk about unhealthy jealousy behaviors. You might say someone is possessive or controlling.
Possessive means someone treats their partner like a property and doesn't want them interacting with others.
He's really possessive. He doesn't like when I talk to other guys. Or her jealousy has made her possessive and controlling.
You might also say someone is overly jealous or pathologically jealous.
Overly jealous means the jealousy is excessive and unreasonable. He's overly jealous. He gets upset if I even mention male coworkers.
Pathologically jealous is even stronger. It suggests the jealousy is extreme and possibly indicates a mental health issue.
Now let's talk about healthy ways to handle jealousy. You might say, I'm working on my jealousy issues.
This shows self-awareness and effort to improve. I know I get jealous easily and I'm working on it.
You could say, I'm trying to manage my jealous feelings, or I'm addressing my jealousy in therapy.
These phrases show you're taking responsibility and actively working on the problem.
Another healthy phrase is, I'm learning to trust more and be less jealous.
Or, I'm working on my insecurity, which is the root of my jealousy.
This shows insight, recognizing that jealousy often comes from insecurity.
Now, let's practice with a real conversation. I'll be someone admitting jealousy to their partner, and you're the partner responding.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, can we talk about something? I need to be honest with you about how I've been feeling.
Of course. What's going on? You seem a bit tense.
I know this might sound irrational, but I've been feeling jealous lately about your friendship with Alex.
Oh, I had no idea. Can you tell me more about what's making you feel this way?
Well, you two spend a lot of time together, and you seem to have so much fun. I can't help feeling jealous and a bit insecure about it.
I appreciate you being honest with me. I want you to know that Alex is just a friend. There's nothing romantic there at all.
I know that logically, but the jealous feelings are still there. I think it's more about my own insecurity than anything you're doing wrong.
That's really self-aware of you. Is there anything I can do to help you feel more secure? I don't want you to struggle with these feelings alone.
Maybe we could spend more quality time together, and I think I need to work on this in therapy too. It's my issue to address.
I'd love to spend more time together, and I'm glad you're recognizing this and willing to work on it. That takes courage.
Thanks for being so understanding. I was worried you'd think I was being ridiculous.
Not at all. Jealousy is a normal emotion. What matters is how we handle it, and you're handling it really well by talking to me about it.
See how that conversation demonstrated healthy communication about jealousy?
Right. The person admitted the jealousy, took responsibility, showed self-awareness, and the partner responded with understanding and support.
Now let's do a different scenario. Someone experiencing professional envy. I'll be venting to you about a coworker.
Okay.
I need to vent. Sarah just got promoted to senior manager, and honestly, I'm so jealous.
Oh, wow. How are you feeling about that?
I'm trying to be happy for her, but I can't help feeling envious. We started at the same time, and I thought I was performing just as well.
That's completely understandable. It's hard not to compare yourself when you're in the same position.
Exactly. And the worst part is, I feel terrible for being jealous. It's my friend. I should be celebrating with her. Instead, I'm green with envy.
Hey, feeling jealous doesn't make you a bad friend. It's a natural reaction. What matters is how you handle it.
I know, but I'm consumed by these envious feelings. Every time I see her in meetings, I think about how she got the promotion and I didn't.
Have you talked to your manager about your own career path? Maybe this is a sign to advocate for yourself.
You're right. Instead of letting jealousy eat me up, I should focus on my own growth and have that conversation.
Exactly. And you can still be happy for Sarah while also pursuing your own goals.
That's a healthy way to look at it. And you know what? Your time will come too. Perfect. That conversation showed professional jealousy and how to reframe it constructively.
Right. We used jealous, envious, green with envy, consumed by, and eat me up, and discussed channeling jealousy into motivation.
Now let's talk about some idioms and colorful expressions related to jealousy.
Yes, we mentioned green with envy and the green-eyed monster. There's also keeping up with the Joneses.
Keeping up with the Joneses means trying to have the same lifestyle, possessions, or status as your neighbors or peers.
It's about competitive envy, wanting to match or exceed what others have. She's always trying to keep up with the Joneses, buying whatever her neighbors buy.
Another phrase is comparison is the thief of joy. This is a saying about how comparing yourself to others creates envy and unhappiness.
It's so true. I need to stop comparing myself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy.
You might also hear, the grass is always greener on the other side.
This means other people's lives always look better than yours, even when that's not really true.
She's always envious of everyone else, but the grass is always greener on the other side. Other people probably envy her too.
Now, let's talk about asking someone about their jealousy in a constructive way.
You might say, what's really behind these jealous feelings? This asks them to explore the root cause.
Or, is this jealousy or is there something else going on? Sometimes jealousy masks other emotions, like insecurity or fear.
You could also ask, what would help you feel more secure? This moves towards solutions.
Or, how can we address this jealousy together? This makes it a team effort.
Now, what about when you need to set boundaries with someone who's being jealous?
You might say, I understand you're feeling jealous, but this behavior isn't okay.
Or, your jealousy is becoming controlling and we need to talk about it.
These are firm but respectful ways to address problematic jealousy.
You could also say, I need you to work on your jealousy. It's affecting our relationship.
Or, this level of jealousy isn't healthy. I think you might need to talk to someone about it.
These suggest that the jealousy has become a serious issue requiring professional help.
Now, your homework. This week, notice when you feel jealous or envious about something.
Try to identify it and name it in English. I'm feeling envious because, or I notice I'm jealous when.
This self-awareness practice will help you understand your own emotional patterns while practicing the vocabulary.
Also, pay attention to how jealousy appears in movies, TV shows, or books in English. Notice the phrases characters use.
And remember, jealousy is a normal human emotion. Everyone experiences it. What matters is how you handle it.
All right, let's recap everything we learned today.
We learned the basic phrases, I'm jealous, I feel jealous, I'm envious, I envy you.
We learned the difference between jealousy, fear of losing what you have, and envy, wanting what someone else has.
We covered types of jealousy, romantic jealousy, professional jealousy, friendship jealousy.
We learned colorful expressions, green with envy, the green-eyed monster, keeping up with the Joneses, the grass is always greener on the other side.
We learned intense jealousy phrases, consumed by jealousy. Jealousy is eating me alive. I can't help feeling jealous.
We learned about jealousy triggers. It makes me jealous when, this triggers my jealousy, jealousy triggers.
We learned phrases for admitting jealousy. I need to be honest. I feel jealous. I'm struggling with jealousy. Can I admit something?
We learned about unhealthy jealousy, possessive, controlling, overly jealous, pathologically jealous.
We learned healthy management phrases. I'm working on my jealousy. I'm addressing this in therapy. I'm learning to trust more.
And we practiced 2 complete conversations showing different jealousy scenarios.
Remember, jealousy is a complex emotion. It's okay to feel it. What matters is acknowledging it and handling it constructively.
Don't let jealousy consume you or control your behavior. Talk about it, work on the underlying insecurity, and be honest with yourself and others.
If you found this episode helpful, please let us know. Leave a comment and tell us, have you ever experienced jealousy? How did you handle it? Or share which phrase from today resonated most with you.
Next time, we're covering English phrases for confidence and self-esteem, how to talk about believing in yourself, dealing with self-doubt, and building confidence.
Until then, work on your self-awareness, practice honest communication, and remember, comparison is the thief of joy.
Be kind to yourselves, everyone.
You're enough just as you are.
Bye.
See you next time.